For decades, the name Seagal meant one thing: bone-crunching Hollywood action. It was a brand built on Aikido, broken wrists, and blockbuster films that defined an entire era. But a new chapter in that legacy is being written, not on a film set, but in the grueling world of professional wrestling. Arissa LeBrock, a name once known only for her Hollywood lineage, has embarked on a brutal 5-year journey to forge her own path. In 2019, she was on the verge of a WWE contract, but a crushing setback nearly ended it all before it began. The story you might have heard online isn't the real story. So how did the daughter of an action movie icon, who had her WWE dream snatched away, quietly rebuild herself from scratch to become one of the toughest and most talked about prospects outside of the major leagues? To truly understand the buzz surrounding her, you have to look at the journey. A journey that proves a legacy isn't what you're given. It's what you build from the wreckage when everything falls apart. Some people are born with a silver spoon. Arissa LeBrock was born caught between two iconic worlds. Her father is, of course, Steven Seagal. For an entire generation, he wasn't just an actor, he was a global brand and a real-life 7th Dan black belt in Aikido who brought deadly efficiency to the big screen. His world was one of discipline that you absorbed into your bones, a world of tatami mats and the cold, hard reality that a mistake earns you a bruise. Her mother was Kelly LeBrock, the supermodel and actress who was the living embodiment of 80s glamour and the star of iconic films. Her world was one of high fashion, studio lights, and the art of controlling exactly how the world saw you. Arissa grew up navigating these two realities. Though her parents' marriage ended when she was young, those dual legacies were embedded in her DNA. For a time, it seemed her mother's world had won out. Arissa carved out a successful career as a plus-size model and even starred in the reality TV show Growing Up Supermodel. So why turn from that life and leap into the unforgiving world of professional wrestling? The answer lies in the other half of her DNA. Away from the cameras, a different fire was burning. Arissa began seriously training in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, becoming a dedicated and legitimate competitor. It was this unique blend of marketability, charisma, and certified toughness that set her on a collision course with WWE. In December 2019, the wrestling world was buzzing. Arissa LeBrock was invited for a multi-day tryout at the WWE Performance Center in Orlando, Florida. The PC is a dream factory, but it's also a meat grinder designed to push elite athletes to their breaking point. With her look, lineage, and legit BJJ background, it seemed like a done deal. This was her shot. And then it was over. Shortly after the tryout, Arissa suffered a severe injury that put her wrestling ambitions on hold. Imagine the weight of that moment. You chase an impossible dream, push yourself through the hardest test of your life, and then it's all snatched away by a physical failure. Because she wasn't signed, WWE had no reason to make a public statement. As far as the public knew, she just vanished. In that silence, the internet rumor mill went wild with baseless speculation. The reality was far simpler and much more human. She wasn't blacklisted, she was sidelined. The injury and the lost opportunity forced her into a long, difficult recovery. She later admitted the experience sent her to one of the darkest, worst places of her life. For all intents and purposes, the story of Arissa LeBrock, the wrestler, was over. The best stories in wrestling are always about the comeback. While Arissa was in that dark place, a lifeline came from a man who understands struggle and the weight of a famous last name, wrestling royalty, Dustin Rhodes. Dustin, son of the legendary American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, and known to millions as Goldust, is a master of reinvention and a revered coach. He saw past the celebrity lineage and the crushed WWE dream. He saw untapped potential and offered her an invitation to train at his school, the Rhodes Wrestling Academy in Austin, Texas. This was the second chance she needed. Arissa went all in, moving to Texas to start from square one. The RWA is a world away from the polished WWE PC. It's an old-school, gritty gym where the only thing that matters is hard work. Under Dustin's mentorship, she began rebuilding herself. She worked with trainers to get, as Dustin put it, all her ducks in a row. Dustin helped merge her raw BJJ talent with the unique psychology of pro wrestling. The praise from the legend himself was glowing. In an interview, he made a bold prediction. Pretty soon, the whole world's going to be talking about Arissa LeBrock. After months of this transformative work, her moment arrived. In March 2023, Arissa LeBrock competed in the Rhodes Wrestling Academy's Student Showcase, her official public in-ring debut. It wasn't in a giant arena, but in an intimate Texas setting. From the moment the bell rang, it was clear this was no gimmick. Reports from the showcase described a brutally efficient, powerful style. When her arm was raised in victory, she had finally stepped out of her parents' massive shadows on her own terms. She was no longer a model or an injury statistic. She was a professional wrestler. That debut in a small Texas hall was the start of a new chapter. While she hasn't yet appeared on WWE television, her journey and in-ring style have created a blueprint for what could be a shocking arrival. If and when she debuts in a major company, it won't be as a celebrity's kid playing dress-up. Based on her RWA debut, her style is a violent fusion of martial arts precision and raw power. She seamlessly blends legitimate BJJ grappling with bone-jarring pro wrestling moves. Imagine that in a WWE ring. Picture her countering a standard wrestling hold by fluidly transitioning into a legitimate submission, hunting for a finish with the instincts of a trained competitor. This creates a sense of realism and danger that few can match. She walks with the cold, focused intensity of her father's on-screen persona, a predator sizing up her prey. Her striking isn't for show, it's brutally efficient. A debut like that wouldn't just be a match, it would be a dismantling. It would signal the arrival of a new kind of threat, one who doesn't just perform moves, but applies a combat discipline. Legacy is a complicated thing. It can be a gift, or it can be a cage. Arissa LeBrock was born with a famous one, but her real-life journey has shown she has the heart of a true fighter. She overcame a major injury and the whispers of doubt to forge her own path the hard way. She has proven she isn't in wrestling to be famous. She already was. She's in it because she chose the grind, and in doing so, she has redefined her legacy through her own grit. The question is no longer if she belongs, but what's next. Having rebuilt herself from the ground up, she stands as one of the most compelling free agents in the wrestling world. So what do you think? Is Arissa LeBrock a future game-changing champion in the making? And where should she go to finish the story she started, WWE or AEW? Let us know your thoughts down in the comments below.